Family sizes have been steadily shrinking around the industrialized world for decades, and Italy is a prime example. Just a generation ago, 4 children was the norm. Today, the average family has fewer than 2. And as special correspondent Christopher Livesay reports from Sicily, demographers warn that the shrinking population could drag the country into an unprecedented economic crisis.
The demographic problem in Italy, characterized by shockingly low fertility rates, poses a serious threat to the country's future. Italy's fertility rate of 1.24 births per woman falls significantly short of the replacement rate of 2.1, which is required to sustain a steady population. This demographic reduction has far-reaching consequences, particularly for the Italian economy. The country already has a high debt-to-GDP ratio, which is one of the highest in the world, hovering around 150%. The diminishing and aging population, along with repeated recessions, exacerbates economic issues. A decreasing working-age population means fewer economic contributors, while an increasing number of pensioners puts a burden on the social welfare system. To address these issues, Italy faces the imperative task of finding innovative solutions to boost birth rates and revitalize its economic prospects, but it haven't actually shown any result. So, in today's video, let's take a look into the population crisis of Italy. With nearly 24% of Italians aged 65 and over, Italy's demographic dilemma is compounded dramatically. This demographic shift has long-reaching consequences for the country that go far beyond demography. The high share of elderly people points to an aging workforce and a diminishing labor pool. This is because of this demographic structure. There are fewer people of working age to contribute to the economy, resulting in a slowing of economic growth. The senior population frequently retires or reduces their work hours, resulting in lower productivity and innovation across multiple industries. This, in turn, places a significant pressure on the working-age population to maintain economic stability and global competitiveness. The issue of population reduction, particularly in rural areas, is one of the most evident results of Italy's demographic crisis. This trend has resulted in village abandonment and the establishment of ghost towns. As younger generations travel to cities in search of greater job possibilities, rural villages are left with diminishing populations and a lack of economic activity. The flight of young from these communities has a domino effect, causing schools to close, companies to close, and infrastructure to deteriorate. This, in turn, hastens the economic and cultural downfall of once thriving regions. The Italian government is in a difficult situation as a result of the combination of high levels of debt and rising costs associated with an aging population. As the proportion of senior individuals grows, the government confronts increasing financial commitments to pay pensions and healthcare services, straining its economic resources even further. One conceivable answer to this financial hardship is to raise taxes to cover these rising costs. This technique, however, is not without downsides. Raising taxes can have a negative impact on the economy, potentially stifling growth and discouraging investment. It imposes an additional cost on working-age persons and enterprises, perhaps leading to lower consumer spending and economic activity. This, in turn, might exacerbate Italy's already sluggish economic development, sustaining a vicious circle of economic difficulties. Furthermore, in the context of the demographic issue, large levels of government debt are cause for concern. The government risks destabilizing the economy as it acquires debt to meet its rising expenses. Excessive government debt can cause inflation, which reduces individuals' purchasing power and contributes to economic instability. It also exposes Italy to financial shocks and worldwide market pressures, potentially generating more economic turbulence. The impact of the demographic crisis on Italy goes beyond economic concerns and into the domain of politics. When it comes to matters like retirement age, taxes, and welfare programs, different generations in the country have competing interests. As different groups lobby for policies that address their distinct needs and concerns, this divergence of interests can lead to political problems. The growing size and political importance of the senior population may lead to a shift in governmental goals, with a focus on preserving and extending social assistance programs catered to retirees. Immigration is one approach that has been used to address low birth rates and demographic decline. Italy has attempted to make up for its declining population by admitting immigrants, mainly from North Africa and the Middle East. However, immigration remains a sensitive subject in Italian politics, echoing wider European anxieties about migration.
In the space of 1 week this month, around 11,000 migrants arrived in Italy's southernmost island of Lampedusa. That's almost twice its population.
We were in the sea for almost 30 hours.
Most were quickly sent for processing in Sicily. But many island residents have had enough. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni visited with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen.
Immigration-related political disputes have frequently focused on issues of national identity, cultural integration, and the demand on social services. These debates have polarized Italian society even further and hindered efforts to address demographic challenges through immigration. Finding a balanced and sustainable road forward as Italy struggles with these complex demographic dynamics will need careful consideration of regional disparities and a sophisticated approach to immigration legislation that fulfills demographic requirements while respecting people concerns. With that, let's end the video. This is Visionomics, signing out.